sunshines. It's been a few days since I last recorded. Honestly, probably over a week. I don't know. This last couple weeks have blurred together. We got hit with about 14 inches of snow here where I'm at, and my son has been off school all week this week. He's not going to school tomorrow, so it's basically another winter break for us. January is January very much. This is quite literally my least favorite month of the year. I really struggle in January and a little bit in February, but January is the worst for me. So I have just not felt like recording. I have just not really felt like creating. I've just not felt like doing a whole lot, honestly, with the state of the current world that we are in. And I did want to pause here and make known my thoughts and feelings. I'm trying to be very careful how I approach this. I know a lot of people watch fiber artists and watch content creators as in a form of escapism and to get away from things. So I think this is something that we cannot stay silent on. We can't afford to stay silent on. Not okay at all with what is going on. I think that ICE has overstepped every possible boundary. People are being quite literally in our streets, and families are being torn apart, and communities are being torn apart, and none of this that's happening is okay, and nor has it ever been okay. Unfortunately, I have waited until now to speak out publicly about these things. These are thoughts and sentiments I've always had. I've just honestly been too much of a coward to say anything. So that is my stance. I have been shadow banned on TikTok for trying to share things about this, and so I have stopped posting on TikTok, and I am now leaning more into Instagram. Moving on to the Sophie Hood. I have her mostly done now, actually. I don't remember when I updated you guys last, but I do now have the hood part completely finished, and I am starting down the decreases on the other side. So this is the scarf part on this side, and I did the large version, so it is very long. I can't really get it in one frame very good, but I actually did just finish up my first 2 cakes of yarn, or 2 balls of yarn. I double stranded this because it was just too holey with one strand, and I wanted it to be warm, obviously, because it is a scarf for the winter. Cake up my second 2 balls. When I double strand, I like to cake them together if I know that's what I'm going to be using it for the project for. So I'm just going to cake these together so that I don't have to work through with 2 balls at once. This is Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek DK Low Pill Fiber in the color Irish Rain, and stunning. Love her. My son got into this one, but adorable. I usually don't gravitate toward green. I like pink, but obviously green usually looks nice with my hair. And this is such a soft fabric, and I was just drawn to this color. It's a very pretty teal greenish blue. I've been filming for 6 minutes. I haven't tried it on for you guys. Obviously, I've joined the back or rejoined the I-cord stitch. I just have not sewn this up. Obviously, that gets done at the end. So it's not going to be an accurate try on necessarily, but what I like about a hood is that it's not going to screw up my hair. Not that I have my hair done frequently anyways, but it's not going to mess up my hair. And I can have like a claw clip and stuff in, and it's not going to mess it up. But this is what it looks like. We'll just do a wraparound of the... I think she looks very cute. This is what it would look like. The hair out. And then obviously this I can wrap around more. I can wrap it around one more time, and then I'm gonna have the other strip once she's done on that side. But still, it's just too... I've used it out here before. I'm just gonna do this one. Oh my god, you guys. This is literally so cringe. You'd think I've never used this before. I promise you I have used this 5 million times. Hold on, you can do it, but mommy's gotta untangle this. All right, we are caking up my 2 balls of yarn right now. I am trying to figure out, I'm detangling this as I go. And you guys cannot see anything because I cannot figure out how to get good camera angles of stuff. My tripod is a little bit broken. One of the bottom legs is broken thanks to my little guys. It's fine. Everything gets broken in its own time, so it is what it is. So I'm just caking this yarn up currently. As you saw, it was a little bit slow going at first, so I kept screwing stuff up, but we are working now. So I'm just gonna cake these up, and then I will show you what that looks like when it's done. Behind the scene angle of caking the yarn up. Doing it slow right now because I'm also recording, but This thing is amazing. I got this off of the good old TikTok shop a couple years ago, and I use this for almost every single project now, especially if I'm double stranding. I have started just caking up the yarn double stranded like this. So I'm gonna finish caking this up and then I will meet you guys once it's done. All right, just finished caking her up. I have a little bit of scrap yarn. I'm not sure if it's because I didn't have them lined up well or one of the balls had a little bit more in it than the other. But a little bit of scrap yarn. I am certain I am not going to need it. But this yarn winder can hold quite a bit of yarn. I have caked up larger cakes than this too, and these are 114 gram balls of yarn. So there's about 228 grams, maybe 225 grams of yarn on here right now. It took me probably 5 minutes to actually cake up, probably 10 minutes from setup until now. I had no tangles or anything, so it caked up really fast. But yep, that's all done. My stomach's killing me. Let's move on. All right, it's been another couple days and I am back with an update on the Sophie scarf. Sorry, the Sophie hood. I am almost done. This is how many stitches I have left on my needles. Right now there are 35 stitches. My goal for today is to finish the Sophie hood so that I can get it off of my needles and I can move on to bigger and better things. So that's gonna be the rest of the video, is me working on this, hopefully finishing it, and then hopefully I will be back in the morning showing a finished piece. We have been stuck inside for 6 days now because we got about 14 inches of snow, and I'm a stay-at-home mom. My son did not have school at all last week, so we've been inside. We're also dog sitting for my grandma, so I have 2 dogs and 2 toddlers right now in a 2-bedroom apartment. Brief hiatus, had to distribute snacks, had to do potty breaks for the dogs, all that. We're back. All I was just gonna say was iced coffee, Chobani toasted coconut vanilla, because I am pretending it is summer in my mind. After Christmas, I am ready to move back into spring and summer. I hate January a lot. I hate February too, a little bit less, but I'm not a winter gal. I'm not really very happy until the end of March, but January is not my month, as I've probably already said in this vlog. It's been a long week. Let's move on into knitting the Sophie hood. River, I think we should get you to try some cereal. River, don't mess with the stove, it gets hot. River. So I just finished another few rows of this on camera with you guys. I am probably gonna pop off of here. And finish this up throughout the evening, and then I will probably meet back up with you guys in the morning when I hopefully have the Sophie hood done. So then I will share some more thoughts and opinions on this pattern and this project as an almost completely beginner knitter. So see you guys in the morning. Hey besties. So it's probably been another couple weeks. I think it's been like a month since I've posted, and this vlog has taken me about a month. And honestly, it's not just because the project took so long. I've really been struggling physically and mentally with my gastroparesis. I've been in a very bad flare and it has made working difficult, and this is also just a generally difficult time of the year. I'm pretty sure I also already said this kind of stuff earlier in the video, but I have been working on editing the vlog and realized I never filmed an outro with my final opinions on the Sophie hood. So I wanted to come back on here. This has been done. I have actually been wearing her out quite a few times. I've been going out walking on nature walks with my boys and wearing this to stay warm, and it's very nice. My cat's gonna attack this. It is actually really warm. Honestly, I thought for a little bit that there was wool content in this, and it's actually completely acrylic. So it is very warm though. It is very nice, and I don't have to have a hat on, and I try to avoid hats and stuff these days because I have a lot of hair fallout again from being sick. So I have some little hairs growing back in, and I don't like stuff rubbing too much up there. So a lot of times I'll have like a bandana or something on, and this is nice because this doesn't really mess with it. So I like that. I made the long version, or the large version, so she wraps around I like to wrap it around loosely just once because I like to have these little, my apartment is a mess, but I like to have these little tails. But you can also, I have plenty to wrap around twice if I so choose to be extra cozy. Overall, as a complete beginner knitter, I think this was a really easy and achievable project for me. This is my third technically official project. So far, I've only made the Sophie scarf, and I've made a couple of the Granny's favorite dishcloths or whatever, the basic knit dishcloth. And it was really easy. The whole thing is pretty much garter stitch. Sorry, having indigestion. The whole thing is pretty much garter stitch with I-cord edges, and the hardest part of this is keeping track of your increases and your decreases. And then for me, I had a hard time sewing up the back, and honestly, I don't know if you can even see it, I don't think it turned out terribly. I kept trying and I was getting really frustrated with it, so I eventually just gave up, and this was my best try of it. And honestly, I think it looks pretty good. I'm not a sewer, so it looks pretty good for me to wear. And I haven't put it through the washer or anything yet, but it is very comfortable, very soft. The drape is very nice on it. That is the Sophie Hood, and that is my experience with it as a complete beginner knitter. I hope some of my experience and my journey making this was helpful to you in some way, and if you are a brand new knitter, I encourage you to take on this as a challenge. This is a great time to work on your garter stitch, which is just a knit stitch back and forth in the panel. You don't switch over to purling, so you can just really practice on knitting, and you can practice on some increases and decreases and some different techniques. And I personally think it's achievable for a beginner knitter. I love her. And that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe and comment any thoughts you have on the Sophie Hood or knitting in general. Make sure you have your bell notification on so you can see when I post next. You guys have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye.